Hey everyone, I hope you are doing well. As you can tell from the title of the video, I finally hit the veteran rank in Pokemon Go Battle League. And it took me a while to do this, but I just wanted to take some time to say thank you so much to everyone who has supported me throughout this journey, and I couldn't have done it without you guys. And to do it in a format which I'm not really used to, this is the Element Cup. In case you guys aren't aware, this is a 500 CP format cup with only pre-evolutions that are allowed, and you can only use the grass type, fire type, or water type Pokemon as well. So just wanted to say this definitely was a pretty RPS cup, but I had a lot of fun using this specific team. And this team is consisting of Slowpoke, Exeggcute, and Cottonee. So it is basically an ABB style team with one water in the front and two grass types in the back. Although it is also an ABA team of confusion. So ABA psychic type as well. So if you were to see something like a Seal in the lead, this would be a little bit of a tricky team to run. But regardless, this team was also featured in another Pokemon Go content creator's channel named Drum Villain. He's a very talented battler from the UK. So also feel free to give his channel a like and subscribe, and also tune into his content as well. He also puts up some very nice content here. And as I mentioned before, the team is Slowpoke, Running Confusion, and Psyshock. I only have a single moved one, so that's the one I'm going to use for these set of battles. And I am also running Exeggcute here, Running Confusion, Ancient Power, and Seed Bomb. Nice coverage here for the fire types and Ducklet. And Cottonee in the back with Charm, Seed Bomb, and Grass Knot as well. So that is the team, and without further ado, let's go ahead and get straight into these battles. And as you can tell with the Element Cup battles, anything with 500 CP format, these battles are going to go through pretty quickly. So we're going to hop into the first battle here. We have Slowpoke up against a Chikorita. This is not really a good lead, so I'm going to swap out of here into my Exeggcute. And they are staying in here, which is okay. They're going to chip with a Body Slam and then bail into whatever they have as their safe switch. So that's fine. I'm going to go ahead and tank it. The Body Slam does get me into the yellow, and of course they do come in with a Ducklet over here. And this is why I'm running the Exeggcute on the safe swap with the Ancient Power, just to be able to apply some nice damage pressure as well as maybe grab a shield. And that's what I end up doing here, grabbing a shield. And they actually make a mistake here. The opponent is actually throwing. They could actually farm down here. So that's fine. Just going to let this Bubble Beam go. I'm just going to wait out my timer here and then bring back the Slowpoke once the timer is up. So I'm going to come back in with the Slowpoke and try to get some confusions through, and I am able to get one in here, which is nice. I'm going to go ahead and call the bait here. I know a lot of the Ducklets do run Bubble Beam, but I do shield, unfortunately, and I do get baited, which you hate to see. So I'm going to go ahead and throw a Psyshock here. I know the switch timers are a little bit misaligned right now, but I'm going to go ahead and grab the last shield here from this Ducklet, so that's fine. At this point, I'm just going to go ahead and let this move go as well. Just going to be able to trust that Cottonee can sweep whatever they have in the back. So that's fine. Brave Bird takes me out here, and I'm able to charm down the Ducklet. I'm able to, although I do take a couple of wing attacks in the process. And their last Pokemon is actually a Chinchou. So this is actually great. This is pretty much going to be a good game here. There's really nothing the Chinchou can do to the Cottonee. The Cottonee is actually quite bulky, so that is perfectly fine. So they actually go for a Bubble Beam, which is okay, does absolutely nothing. So I'm just going to throw a couple more charms here and then throw a Seed Bomb right in the middle, just in case they try to catch under Chikorita. So this will definitely be taking out the Chinchou here, and all that's left is the Chikorita. And again, basically the hardest hitting move at this point will be a Body Slam from the Chikorita. And I can still tank one here from this range, so there is really no reason for me to shield. This is pretty much a good game anyway. So I'm going to let this Body Slam go, and then fire off a Seed Bomb right here. This is going to be more than enough right now to be able to take out the Chikorita, even from this health range. So it's going to be a great game, very well played to my opponent. Alright, and we're hopping into the next battle here. We have Slowpoke up against a Ducklet. So if you're going to go against Ducklet with this team, this is where you want to see it, and not on the opposing two grass types in the back. So there's a Shadow Ducklet, by the way, as well. I'm going to go for the Psyshock here right away as soon as I get it. Going to be putting on some early shield pressure here against the opponent. And the Ducklet does decide to shield, so that's fine. And now they swap out into a Whalmer, so that's interesting. I'm going to come in right away with the Exeggcute and go ahead and start getting ahead here on energy. So I can take any one move here from the Whalmer. I think it's just going to be a Body Slam. And they are running Water Gun, which again doesn't really do too much, although it does start to add up. So I am going to be able to farm down the Whalmer completely and then be able to threaten the Ducklet with an Ancient Power again once it comes in. So this is a very advantageous situation for me right now. I can force both shields or take out the Ducklet. So able to force the second shield here, and I do get a boost, which is not too bad. So what I'm going to do now, again, wait the timer. Going to come back in with the Slowpoke and see what the Ducklet wants to do. So I do get the Confusion Druid, which is great, and the Ducklet does decide to throw. And I think at this point I'm just going to let this go. It's just a Bubble Beam, which is fine. And at this point I'm going to try to Confusion down, although I am going to decide to safely shield here. It could be a Brave Bird as well, but it's just another Bubble Beam, unfortunately. So at this point I'm just going to swap out into my Cottonee, and they come in with a Shadow Turtwig. So there's really nothing my opponent can do here. The Ducklet is too low, and the Razor Leafs are resisted. So the opponent does decide to concede the match, and we take that game. Very well played to my opponent there. Hopping into this next battle here, we have another Ducklet on the lead. Surprise, surprise. This time it's a regular version, so same plan as before. Just got to be careful with getting baited here. They are at a potential Brave Bird here, so I do decide to respect it, knowing very well that this could also be a bait. And I do shield, and luckily for me, it is the Brave Bird. So I actually make a mistake here. I come in with the Pumpkaboo. I come in with an Exeggcute to a Pumpkaboo, although I totally forgot that the Pumpkaboo was also a Ghost type. So what I should have done here is I should have came in with my Cottonee. But unluckily for me, I can't Confusion down, so I am going to have to let this go. I did give up Switch here, which is unfortunate for me. So I'm just going to let this move go. It's a foul play against the Exeggcute, so of course that'll take me out. I'm just going to come back in with the Slowpoke here, and I'm going to trust that Cottonee can handle whatever they have in the back. So unfortunately, again for me, I do get taken out, or my Slowpoke wasn't able to reach a move. And what do they have in the back that they want to deal with the Cottonee? And it's actually going to be a Slugma. So this is a Vulpix. So this is unfortunately going to be a game over for me. There isn't really anything that I can do here. They still have the Ducklet there in the back with some health, and of course the Vulpix can definitely pressure with Weather Ball, so there is basically no win con for me here at all. Had I swapped into Cottonee, maybe this match would have turned out a little bit differently, but unfortunately I swapped into the Exeggcute here. So that's going to be a game over. Nothing really I can do here. The Weather Ball is going to take me deep into the red, and then of course the Ducklet is able to come back in and then just wing attack me down. So unfortunately I took a loss there, but that's going to be a good game. Very well played to my opponent. Hopping into the next battle here, Slowpoke up against a Vulpix. This is where you want to see it here on this team as well. So going to go ahead and stay in here. They are running Quick Attack as well, which is what you basically would want to be running here if you're the Vulpix. So I do think a Body Slam okay, but not too great. So I'm just going to let this move go and then see what my opponent wants to do here. They do stay in, so I'm just going to go ahead and go for a Psyshock right here. This is going to be forcing a shield or taking out the Vulpix. So this is going to get the shield. So now what I decide to do is swap into my Exeggcute here. Start getting ahead on energy. I'm going to shield up this move. just in case they do throw the weather ball, which they do. So I'm going to now start to get ahead on energy from the Exeggcute and see what they have in the back. So of course they have a Ducklet here. I'm going to go ahead and throw an Ancient Power right away, see what the Ducklet wants to do. I think the Ducklet does decide to shield here, which they do. So I'm just going to go ahead and pressure them to throw here. I'm going to get to the next Ancient Power in a couple more confusions. I'm going to let this go. This is just a Bubble Beam though, which is fine. And then I'm going to go ahead and throw the Ancient Power here right away. This is going to get the Ducklet pretty low. I don't think it's enough to KO from this range. It's not stab, so yep, as you can see, it's not enough to KO here. Although they do decide to throw again, which is fine. I'm going to go ahead and let this move go. It's just a Bubble Beam again, and then that's fine. They were able to wing attack me down before the confusion came through, and of course they have a Chinchou in the back, so I come with Cottonee, and the opponent does decide to concede the match. Very well played. Hopping into I believe this is the last battle of the set. We have a Chinchou in the lead. This is not a good lead, so I'm going to swap right away into my Exeggcute, and they respond with a Cottonee. So this is pretty neutral overall for the most part. What I'm going to do here is just go for the Ancient Power. This is going to do some nice chip damage here, or get the Cottonee, get the shield from the Cottonee. So they do decide to shield, which is fine. I'm going to go ahead and try to reach the next Ancient Power, although I'm not able to. I fall just short, unfortunately. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to wait my timer here and see what the Cottonee wants to do. I'm going to go ahead and come with Slowpoke here. I will need to commit a shield, and I'm going to aim to Confusion Farm down the Cottonee. So that's what I do decide to do here. But they actually go for a Grass Knot, so definitely want to go for the Seed Bomb here. That's a little bit more energy efficient. And I'm able to farm down the Cottonee, which is good. And they do decide to come in with the Chinchou again, so I am going to throw the Psyshock here right away. This is going to grab the shield or do some nice damage here on the Chinchou. So it gets no shielded. So now I come in with Cottonee, and they actually have an Exeggcute of their own here in the back, and a Shadow one at that. So what I'm going to do here, I'm just going to go ahead and commit to the Charm down here. And even with this much of a health advantage or a shield disadvantage, the Cottonee should be able to handle the Chinchou. Actually, not really, but the Chinchou is going to come back in. Going to go ahead and throw a Seed Bomb here to force their last shield. And even if the Chinchou is going to get taken out, the Slowpoke still has some energy here. Just going to be able to Confusion it down. But then the Cottonee does end up living the Thunderbolt here, and then I'm able to charm down the Chinchou for the win. Good game, very well played to my opponent. So as you can see here, I was finally able to hit the veteran rank on the Go Battle League for the very first time ever. And definitely gotta say, it wasn't an easy way to do it here. You can see my the rest of the stuff that I was trying to do earlier. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this video and supporting my Go Battle League journey. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about this team. Would you guys want to run it again for another Element Cup when it does come back? There is one more week left in this current season, the season of Rising Heroes, and I think I'll just be taking it easy for the rest of the season until they get another new set of meta changes here for the Go Battle League in general. I believe it's gotten pretty stale pretty quickly just because of Noctowl being around and all that for the last couple seasons. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you're new here, please feel free to give this video a like and subscribe, and also show your support by giving this video a thumbs up as well. And if you also want to get more content from me later in the future, you guys can also feel free to subscribe to the channel as well. So once again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next one.